Hi,
I
everybody.
definitely, oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. We're here. It's team call time. We have the Plexus Power Focus Group here. And you guys, we have Guts and Grace as well. And we have an upline here, a diamond upline of ours, Lori Welch. You guys, this is going to be so great. So we have some stuff on our hearts because it is March. And we all know it's like, people are calling it March Madness. I feel like it's a miraculous March. Is anybody feeling that? Like everybody has hope. Everybody has this momentum. We have this drive. And I mean, action is happening. Things are happening. I know our team has this IPA group that's starting tomorrow, but everybody like kind of wants to start right now. They're like, no, please start it right now. Because we want now. We're ready to move. So you guys, this is a joint call here, a joint team call. This is Maureen Valdivia. Is that how I say it?
Yes, you got it.
Sounds are you Italian? Tell us about yourself, Maureen.
Actually, my dad was full-blooded Italian. My mom was Italian and Irish. So I am Maureen, and my maiden name was Lacasano. So now I have a Spanish last name, Valdivia.
Oh, I love that. I still guessed that you had so much Italian in you. That's very fun.
Yeah. So tell us about you, Bridget.
Okay, so I'm Bridget, and oh my goodness, I've been with Plexus for just about 3 years now. It has flown by, and you guys, isn't it true? When you are having fun, and when you're just doing your thing, time flies, and there's joy, and you look back, and you're like, that was an amazing journey. Let's make everything forward amazing. Yeah. Maureen, do you want to go ahead and just start us out and sharing your health testimonial and just where you are in the business? And then I'll go ahead and do the same. Does that feel good to you? Does that feel comfortable?
Yes, that sounds great. Thank you, Bridget. All right.
Thank you.
So yes. So in 2014 is when I joined Plexus. But before that, I was really struggling with an autoimmune condition, and my life was pretty much at a halt. I was almost pretty much bedridden. Any outing that my family did, I felt like I destroyed. I was just, it was embarrassing. Every time we went out, I had to, it was because of me that we had to cut our trips short. So we lived near Yosemite. We hardly ever made it half a day without Maureen feeling sick and having to come home. We had time at church. We were at a place in church where we would bring meals on Sundays, and halfway through our meal, I would have to go home, leave half my family still at the church Sunday, and then I would have to go back and be sick, or they would all have to join me. And so this was my life. But then Lori started telling me about Plexus, and Lori Welch, my beautiful friend here and Diamond Upline, started telling me about Plexus somewhere in the end of 2013. And I did not want to listen because I was on so many good diets that were supposed to take care of help my autoimmune symptoms. So that was like the AIP diet, the GAPS diet, the paleo diet, all kinds of diets. And I thought I had done everything I could. How could a little pink drink do anything to help me? But finally I did some research, and I looked at the ingredients, and I said, you know what? I had some people check them out who were thyroid specialists, and they said, why not? So, I went ahead, and Lori has her own story on what happened with me, but I finally got jealous about other people feeling better. And I said, I might as well give it a try. And as Lori likes to say, I think it was 2 weeks later, I called her crying, saying, this is the best I have felt in 15 years. And it was so true. I was a new person. I began to be able to walk uphill again. I was able to go to church with my family. I was able to go to a whole day in Yosemite and come home and help everyone unpack the car. So, I mean, my goodness, instead of laying down as soon as I got home. So that's my story, and it continues to get better and better 5 years now. And as a business testimony, there's no way you can't tell people about that. If you have had changes like that, how can you hold that back? So there you go. I had to do that. And now I'm paying off debt that, thousands and thousands of dollars of debt that we ended up having because of all the treatments I tried before Plexus. So this is like the most inexpensive, yet the most effective treatment that, or not treatment, but the effective intervention that I've had. So I'm thrilled, and I will never stop telling people about Plexus. So.
Amen. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so much more, but.
It is so much more. So I'm like, I've heard other parts of this that are even, I mean, you're already like, how, you guys, this is for real. Why wouldn't I call, like I have this neighbor. I'm like, I need to go be like, knock, knock, knock. I see you hobbling. You should not be hobbling. Anyway. Yeah.
We want to hear about you too, Bridget. Let us share your story.
Yeah, super crunchy mama over here, and kind of, I will say, I kind of prided myself in being able to always, like, my kids are actually sick with the flu right now, a really bad flu, but I always prided myself in being able to help them through colds and sicknesses and all sorts of crazy things naturally, you know, and that was something that I loved to do. I loved helping other people with meal plans and, you know, lowering their inflammation with different diets and all this stuff. And then I got to this place where my youngest of 4 children was around 3, and I was waking up depressed. I mean, I was so low. I felt so hopeless. And I was so horrified to tell my husband, to tell anybody in my life, because I knew how they all saw me, and they knew that I was thankful for my life and that I had this trust in a big God. But you guys, I could not pull myself out of this pit. So I would put on the smile. I would, you know, I mean, I showed up at church. I poured out as best as I could. But when it came down to it, I mean, so many other things were happening in my body. You know, bloating after every meal. I had been off of dairy and gluten for over 10 years. I've been on all these other supplements. We were spending over $350 every month just on me, which I actually felt really guilty about. And so when Plexus came up through my friend Corey, the reason why we stopped and looked was because of her character, was because what we knew about her and her husband, honestly. Otherwise, I would have been like, I know so much more about health than you do. I mean, really prideful. But so I stopped and I was like, tell me. And I looked at the ingredients and I went to my husband and he was like, yeah, none of these other things are working. Oh my goodness. He was looking at the testimonials with me and he was like, what about your mom? What about our neighbors? What about that lady at church? So when I finally joined, I did not want to share at all. I was too tired. I was dealing with constipation, eczema on my hands, you know, and I was sad. But it was those resource groups, because I'm a major green. I started scrolling and I'd be like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm just going to send a little text to my friend. I'm like, you have to look at this. So I started tagging people and the rest was history, because that first month, you guys, 19 people joined me and I sang them up the wrong way. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing, but we got the paycheck and the paycheck was like, and so we called customer service because we were like a little concerned that something was off or we did something quirky. And that's when we realized, whoa, this could be an answer to our financial needs as well, because we were living paycheck to paycheck. Every couple of weeks, we would sit down at the dining room table and my stomach would churn. My husband knew I hated it. I'd be like, I don't want to talk about finances. I'd be like, you know, it was just bad because I was grateful for his job. We were totally making ends meet, you guys. We were so blessed. Everything was covered. But at that time, every month, every 2 weeks, he'd be like, okay, we have to scale back. Those dreadful words, you know, no eating out. No, we cannot help those people with that meal. Like, we need to just be really bare bones because this came up. So anyway, Plexus came up at this perfect time. We considered it an answer to prayer, kind of a miracle. So we just decided to go for it. were like, oh, this is the answer. I was feeling better. I started sharing. 6 months in, the itchy cracked skin on my hands was gone, brain fog gone. I have energy. I'm lighthearted and happy again. My testimony is going on and on. So that's why I'm here right now as an Emerald Ambassador. And I just love what I do. Today, I sat by my daughter who was like throwing up in bed next to me. And I'm just telling you, I was signing somebody up. And then I had to literally go, can I call you back? I really need to. But I thought to myself, what is going on? How did I get here? I'm so blessed. I'm helping somebody with their health issues. And I'm home with my daughter in my bed. I'm not missing a thing. This is the biggest gift I've ever come across, other than salvation and my precious husband. So what we have is amazing. And that's what we're here sharing tonight. Right, Marie?
I love that, Bridget. I love your story. And I've watched Bridget climb the ranks of Plexus. She is so cute. I had my eye on her for so long because she was like, so passionate, and she still is, as you can tell. She is just so passionate about what she does, and I just love Bridget, and I'm just so thrilled to have her to be a role model for us here. And then also, of course, our beautiful diamond upline, Lori Welch. I would love to hear a spec about. Lori, what do you see when you see all these wonderful ladies on the call? And I think we have some men on today. I can't see everyone on the screen. But what do you see as this potential business? I've never had to pay for my products, you guys. And I bet Bridget hasn't either, because we started sharing. And I'm a senior Ruby ambassador. I have another rank to go before I get that awesome Lexus that Bridget has and that Lori has. And I'm so excited. And you know what, you guys, I don't care. I'm loving the journey. I just love Plexus. So I just, I'm just so grateful, like Bridget, to be here. I'm actually not even home right now, and I'm able to sit here and meet with my team. And so, Lori, I would love to hear from you. What do we have in our hands here? And I love Bridget, what did you call this meeting again? Do you remember what you called it in your graphic?
Old ways. Old ways do not open new doors. Old ways don't open new doors.
And I loved that. And I don't feel like there's a better person to take it from here than Lori Welch. So I would love to ask you, Lori. Go ahead.
Okay.
Love you.
Awesome. Well, okay, for me, you guys probably know my story. I am super uber crunchy like Bridget and Maureen. Maureen and I have been friends for 20 years or something, quite a long time. And I've always been into health and fitness. I had 2 kids at an older age, back to back. I have 4 children altogether, 7 grandkids. And I found myself overweight. I wasn't able to lose it. I was doing everything. I was actually working with a nutritionist. I was on expensive products. I did like the MIT, the metabolic test where all the you're not supposed to eat. That helped marginally. I was actually gaining weight despite all my efforts, and I was still working out. So if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you know that I work out a lot. I've taught fitness classes since I was 15 years old. And so I've always been into it, but I felt like an imposter because I no longer felt like I had that voice to share things with people because I could not control what was going on in my own body. And I felt like, okay, I'm a grandma, and this is just what I need to do. I need to grow old gracefully. Something is working against me. At least I'm healthy, but I wasn't sleeping at night. And I was waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I could not go back to sleep, and I had a lot of digestive issues. And so obviously that was affecting my weight. And so I lost weight with Plexus, but I saw the business opportunity. And I remember the first time I met Bridget, it was at an event, and it was at a party. Do you remember that?
I remember.
Yeah. And it's easy to tell when somebody is going to become a jewel. Okay. And there's a call. I'm going to turn the heater off. I have the heater on in here. So you guys so you guys can hear me better. But
in California, you guys.
well, because I'm barefoot, so
Yeah.
I have an office in my garage. It's a little bit cold out here. But okay, so I remember when I met Bridget, it was at a party, and a Plexus party, and she was dancing. She was dancing with me, and we had fun, okay? And I could tell that she was going to be a jewel. And there's just something, okay? There's two classes of people, and I'm going to tell you tonight, you're either one of them or you're going to become one, okay? And I could just tell because I loved her spunk, okay? I'm kind of a low-key person. I am not a spunky person. I'm spunky inside, but it doesn't always show on the outside. So that second class of person is what I was. And that is, I have a work ethic and a half. Like, I am going to figure it out and work through it. So you're either the spunk or you're the worker. Ideally, you have both. That's like a great combination. So, Maureen is an amazing leader. She's an amazing, amazing connector. And so her team loves her. Her point growth is very, very good. She has been a worker and a half, and she knows how to work with her team really, really well. So if you guys want, who on here wants the 6-figure income? Like, who is working for that? Okay, do you know not everybody is? I did a call recently. I asked people, what is your income goal? One woman, all she wanted was $30,000 a year. That's her income goal, okay? And so not everybody has the same goals that you have. The fact that you're here tonight, that you're on the call, that you're applying yourself, that's part of it. This would be personal growth tonight. The IPA, like Bridget said, you guys are starting a group tomorrow. I know Maureen has one every month. Doing the IPA, doing the personal growth, and working on attracting great people to your business and becoming the person that will attract those people and then working with them, those are really the keys, okay? So when you look at the average income that a diamond makes and all that, that's legit. That is true and that is real, okay? I bring people into this business all the time, and they'll work for a little while and then they'll kind of drop off. They'll give up on themselves. So I want you to, I always do this on every call, be realistic. You are wanting to make 100,000, 200,000, 400,000 a year in residual income, where you can be home with your kid throwing up like Bridget while you're making that money. Okay. I have a doctor on my team right now. You guys, you would think you're a doctor and then like all your income needs are met, right? No, she has to buy equipment. She has to pay a lot for insurance. She has to pay for employees. She wants to be a diamond ambassador. And the playing field is level here. She has to learn all the same things. Just because she's a doctor does not mean everyone gives her the same objections they give you guys. Okay? Part of the reason she joined Plexus is because she saw a lot of her patients getting well through Plexus. She had about 5 years in this community of exposure. And she is still having to follow up. She's still having to give samples. She's still having to reach out. She's reaching out to her friends and her family, not just her patients. And she's grouping people and doing IPA chats, same as what you guys will do. If you're fortunate enough to have an upline, like Maureen and Bridget, don't reinvent the wheel. Stick with what they're doing. Don't deviate out. Work on bringing in those recruits. If I don't know if you're at the point where you're grouping people off and having people assume leadership. If you are, that's great. And otherwise, just stay in those chats, okay? When you go rogue, it doesn't go well. You've got good leaders, okay? And there's power in a team. And the other thing I want to tell you guys is belief in yourself, belief in the company, belief in the products, Those are super, super key. If you do not have belief in yourself, it's fine. You can still grow, go through the motions, grow that belief in yourself along the way. Every time you reach a new level in your business, you're going to have to get belief in yourself all over again. Things happen in life where you have to get belief in yourself all over again. It's always going to be a journey. And there is a Zoom that I got to listen to this morning from an Emerald ambassador, and I want to give it to you guys, okay, because it was so good. It's Fallon's cousin Rochelle. And so I want to tell you guys what she just delivered in terms of like mindset and believing in yourself. She struggled, okay, really struggled with all of this. And now I just watched a Zoom this morning from her that ministered to me. And so don't you ever think that wherever you're at, you're not going to be the person that everyone is telling the story about, okay? Because that happens. It happened. Look at Amber. If you guys know Amber, she's amazing. Don't forget the first time I forced her to do an event. Okay? I was just telling Patty about this today. She whined at me the whole day long. Okay, tried to get out of it. I tricked her. I put her on the flyer. Didn't tell her till she was here that she's doing it. She told me I was a horrible mother. She told me I was like awful, terrible. She can't do this. She can't speak in front of people. She just trained Emerald and was Marianne Luciano came up to me and told me that Amber was the sleeper presenter at convention. Like they were blown away by her. And so that just happens, and that happens humbly as you apply yourself to this personal growth. Okay, so I want you guys to know that. Of the people that we have on this call, so we have 19 people right now, very few of you will not give up on yourselves, honestly. So you have to decide that you're not going to give up on you and your dreams no matter what. And you're going to grow while you do the work. And if you do that, you will make it. Okay, you really, really will. Fallon is top of the leaderboard. She was my difficult child. She really was. But if you listen to her, she'll be like, I never stopped the work. I did the work while I did the personal growth. Okay, so don't forget that you guys are privileged. Not everyone has upline and team unity like what you guys have. Okay, so you have things to plug into while you are growing yourself. Not everyone else does. And so you're also here at a great time in Plexus history because they're giving away things like crazy to help you get the duplication. They're giving away iPads. They're giving away cash for convention. They're giving away free codes for you to go to your people with. So what do you guys want to do? You want to develop silvers, right? So I'm going to talk to you about developing silvers. Don't check in with your people and ask them, so how are you going? How are you doing? How are you doing? Did you reach out to anybody? No, you don't want to do that. You want to reach out to them and you want to say, how many people did you reach out today? Let me craft the messages with you. Here's a post that I wrote for you. I know you've said you've got more energy. You're noticing that your mood has increased. You're feeling better. You're not craving sugar. I wrote this post for you. I think this picture from your Facebook would be so cute. Does this ring true to you? How do you like it? I wrote it for you. Do you like it? You know, is there anything in there that's not accurate? Okay, well, let's post it right now. That's what you do, okay? Who are you going to reach out to today? How can I help you do that? Tell me who you're thinking about. Let me help you write that message. Let's get it sent. Who are you following up on? Let me see the screenshots. I'm going to help you respond, Okay. I think a lot of times what we do with people is we either smother them or we cut the strings too soon, right? So you have to work alongside your silvers. If you work alongside them and you actually work with them and for them, not everybody is going to reach silver this month or next month, but you want to get them at least 1 or 2 people. Help them do that. Don't overwhelm them with your duplication process. Okay, just get whatever you do for them, that's what they're going to turn around and do. So keep it as simple as possible and do as much with them and alongside them and kind of for them. And those are kind of the keys.
That was so stinking practical. I really needed those reminders right there. You guys, if you are feeling a strong stirring right now, as Lori's talking in your heart for something more, that really is a gift. And it's true that not everybody has that. There are plenty of people on this earth without that stirring, you guys. So that stirring is your potential. It's something to embrace. It's something to listen to. And I just want to say this really quick too. I'm just going to say it. If you want more than mediocre, then don't work as hard. Because some of this, when people say, and they come to you and they say, okay, we're going to all work smarter, not harder. I've been really pondering this, you guys. I want that. I want to work smarter. I have 4 kids. I'm trying to homeschool, all this stuff. We all want that. But in order to find out what is smarter for you, the hard stuff, we have to first embrace, right? We're kind of weeding through that and going, okay, I'm ready. Have you had those people in your life where you're like, wow, they're like ready to embrace the hard? Wendy Pence, are you on here? I know you are. You can see where she is right now. But she is like in that place where I'm like, whoa, watch out. There's like a little fire burning and it's like embers and there's sparks and you can feel it. Like I can feel it through my phone. It's like hot because she has vision forward and she's not going to give up and she's embracing some hard, like the personal growth side of things. Okay, I'm done. I'm done being who I am today. I'm ready to be the person that attracts the success. You guys, success is definitely not something that we chase. And for a long time, I feel like I kind of thought that. I just have to kind of chase it down, but it's so much more than that. Who are you becoming right now? And all of you have the potential. We see it in you, but you have got to come to a place where you want it and you see it in yourself and you're like, I'm going for it. Let's do it. Right, Maureen? What are your thoughts after Lori just shared?
Right. I love it. It's because of the words that you just heard from Lori that has kept me continuing to just take this journey, you guys. Don't give up. Just keep learning and growing. Wherever it is you're going to grow, it's going to benefit you beyond Plexus. So that's what I love. I'm looking at my friend Lori here, and I've known her for so many years. This gal, guys, I love her so much. And she has grown into every day. She just looks more and more beautiful to me. And I just know that means that's the road I'm on, right? Because I am following her lead. You guys, you can trust this process. I love that. And she's learned from great people too. And so you just have to trust that. And I loved what Lori said about, rogue. I have seen people come in and want to do things their way, and I've not seen them succeed. So take that to heart too. I really believe in that. And I can't see, like usually I'm on my desktop, but I don't know if you guys could see. Lori, can you see everyone on this Zoom by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay. I have at least 3 ambassadors that already won the iPad. Can you guys raise your hand? Because I can't see them.
The Underwood. Holy moly.
Jennifer.
Who else?
And I think we have one more, and I don't know if she's on the call, but Megan, I want to say her name because this is recorded. So let's see. Can someone from my team tell me who it is? You don't mind? You're there?
Use your hand.
Yeah, the other winner is a brand new ambassador, Megan Grisanti. So we're super proud of her. Like, just awesome.
That is awesome. That is so cool.
Go Haley Smiley.
Come on, you guys, free codes. Can you believe it?
No.
I mean, this is like such a gift. And anyone who joins you this month, they get 3 free codes to use anytime between now and April 15th.
Yeah.
That's unheard of. I've never seen this before. This is amazing. This is a great opportunity for people.
I have a little secret for you guys, okay? The reason they're doing that, if you want to be the person with the income, then you be the person that gets the recruits and builds silvers and does the IPA chats and does all that, because people won't do it. They won't do it. The only difference between a brand new ambassador and a diamond is they did not quit. They kept doing the work, doing the personal growth, and following the process and learning and growing in it. So really, it's like broken record all the time, but it's true. So like we say it because I want to say, like, please will somebody believe me that this is what I'm saying is true. And it's been crazy to me. It's been like mind-blowing in Plexus, because I look at other people and I'm like, okay, this person is like going to nursing school. They're doing this, they're doing that, but they won't just show up for themselves for this opportunity on a daily basis and do the personal growth, work past their fears and work with a group and go to convention. And, you know, they won't do that, but they'll do this other stuff that seems so much harder. And then they're going to end up with all this debt. And, you know, so.
Can we camp out for a second on convention? Because we've got a lot of new ambassadors. I've got twice as many ambassadors already this month than I've had in months. So can we talk about convention, Lori? Bridget?
Please be there. I mean, I joined at the end of February in 2016, and my uplines were like, oh, you should come to convention as soon as they started sharing. And I'm like, oh my goodness, really? Go all the way to why? And then I heard Brenda Martin. I was on a call and she said, if you show up, you'll go up. That's all she had to say. And she was like, Bridget, if you really want this, you're going to make it happen. And I'm like, okay, I'm going. And by the time I signed up, it was filled up. And so 2 weeks before, a spot opened and my uplines let me into the room. And you guys, I mean, everything changed from there. If I had not been there that year, I'm not sure that I would be here today. 100%. Yeah. I ran into so many people who poured into me, the training. I mean, you just see kind of the whole vision of what can happen. I started envisioning myself down on the floor in front of the stage. And I was like, that's where I'm supposed to be. That's where I need to go. And this last year, that was me. And I was like, oh, I knew it. This feels like home. This is right. You know? So it's really true. If you want to build a team and you really, you have a vision, you've got to be at convention and get your people excited about that. Even if they've added one person, just say, I want to see you. I want to hang out with you. You're going to love it. Like the train. I mean, just get them there. It's time. It's $199. Is it $99? It's $99, right?
I think right now it's $99.
Yeah. And they can get that paid for so quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Totally.
I mean, I think I met Lori actually my first convention. She probably doesn't even remember. I ran into her before the dancing episode. I remembered because I was like, oh, I just met Lori. But she was probably like, oh. She's so sweet though, you guys, I promise.
Yes, that's a hit.
I'm dancing with you, so.
Yeah.
How many on this Zoom hung out with Lori last year at convention? We've got a few on this call.
Oh.
I can't see. It was awesome. So yeah, you want to bring your team, even if you have 2 people on your team, 1 person on your team, bring them to convention it'll bring it, like Bridget said, it just shows them they are not alone. This is a real opportunity. And there's so many people who are doing exactly what they want to do. I mean, it will give them so much vision. Right, Lori?
Yeah, it's a lot of good training. We have amazing speakers. I think one of the things I love about Plexus, it wasn't something I put a ton of value on before joining, but I didn't think I needed it. But it's really a time that you get to get fed and you get to get built up and you get to get equipped for your business. And you get the vision, like what Bridget said. One of the things my friend said that went last year, she was like, seeing all the people on the floor, because that's where the jewels sit, down by the front, she was like, not to be offensive or anything, but I was looking at them and I was like, if she could do it, I can do it. Like, and it was like, yeah, you know, totally. And so it gave them the vision in that way. And then you get a lot of great training. And the parties, I got to tell you, they're fun. We don't take time to have like mom proms or women parties. And that's kind of what it is. And I really enjoy that part.
It is.
Very fun.
So much fun. You guys, before we go, and this is kind of a strange place to leave this, unless, Maureen, you have something else you're like, I really want to share it for my team.
I do have one more thing.
Please share it.
Events are amazing. We had 3 this month on our team alone. There's events with the corporate, there's events with other ambassadors. Make sure you let your people see those events, even if they're new ambassadors and they're not sharing yet, because they get the vision from watching these testimonies, just like what we did today, what you heard tonight. So I just want to make sure you get those people to events. It's really important. Lori always told me that events are where leaders are born. And I agree now. I mean, I get it. I didn't understand it before, but I get it now. So I totally want to encourage you all to get people to events this month and beyond.
I agree, Maureen. You know, it's so easy when you bring somebody on to be like, I got them. Okay, good. Okay, now, no. Oh my goodness. Even before they get their products, you want their belief to start like growing and building, just like us. I would be in the middle of my journey and I'd be like, oh gosh, I feel less belief in this area. Okay, I need to build that back up. I need to watch some diamond documentaries, or I need to, do you know what I mean? Those things that build you back up. Your people, don't even call them wholesale customers, call them ambassadors right off the bat.
They are.
Calling them that, telling them that they're that, but invite them and say, I think you'll enjoy this. This is going to encourage you for your journey ahead. They will stay with you longer. You'll have less attrition. You'll have more retention. And they're going to be like, oh, I'm thinking of somebody right now. Oh, I have 3 codes. Most of the people that you've brought on this month, they don't even know they have 3 codes. My people didn't. They're like, what? Really? Oh, what do I do? I didn't tell them you can go silver. I was like, this is really crazy. This is rare. You need to make sure to go start sharing with your friends. Like, who do you have? I know you've thought at least, of 3 to 5 people, right? And they always have. You guys just assume that they're already thinking of their friends and family. Assume they're a wonderful person that's thinking of people outside of them, and they will come up with that. So I know for our team, we have an event on Thursday night. On Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're having kind of IPA zone to like draw those people in. You know what I mean? So whatever Maureen's doing, whatever Lori's doing, jump on it. I have some questions here at the end to really, these are things that you can ask yourself, that you can go to your upline with. I am just starting into just chatting with people. And I don't even like to call them coaching calls, but I guess that's what they are. When you just get a chance to go one-on-one with somebody, you guys, I want you to ask yourself some of these things, and it will help you take yourself to kind of that next growth level where you're able and ready to do that next set of actions. Because if you're feeling unmotivated right now and you're like, I don't know what to do, guess what? Motivation comes from results. So like when I feel like my pants are a little looser, I'm like, oh, I really like that. I'm going to continue that, right? That's like motivation to do more in that area of either working out or eating well. It's so the same with this business. So you're going to have to, in faith, do those actions. You'll experience some results, and the motivation will come, and the joy of the journey will be even better. Maureen, the fact that you, at the beginning of this call, you said, I love this journey. I just love Plexus. I was like, that could have made me cry, because that is joy and patience in the journey. It's just embracing it. And that way you're not going to miss out and straining and striving and like, I'm not going to be happy until I'm emerald. Oh, don't even say that. I'm an emerald. I love being an emerald. But now I'm like, okay, embrace this. This is good. Okay, now let's move to sapphire. There's always going to be something more. So enjoy now. Dig in deep. Oh, enjoy the journey. I'm not even going to share the questions I was going to share. If you want to know them, you can message me. But this is a wonderful call. Thank you all for showing up. We've recorded it. We'll plug it in for your teams, and have a great night.
Thank you for hosting, Bridget. And thank you, Lori, for joining us. Love you guys. Thank you all for joining us.
Look at all the waves. You just see all waves. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Go get it. Get the iPads. We still have like 12 days. 12 days. Plug in.
Plenty of time, everyone. Woohoo!
So much time. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.